What's up, everybody? We're back with some more Nova Drift.
Yeah.
Before we begin, I'd like to thank Natawa, Ernie, Tiny Henge, Whiplash, Skeeve, Bozo, Chaos, Endel, Dark Magister, and Chatic at double 5 members of Patreon. If you'd like to be a member of Patreon, go to patreon.com. See the link in the description.
Yeah.
And we're on the new beta, baby. We got new content.
What?
I know, it's exciting times.
That experimental branch stuff.
Yeah. For
So I assume we're going to do that today?
Oh, yeah. That's what we're doing.
It's like, we're on the experimental branch, and today we're doing, I don't know, some same
Swords.
thing. Oh.
Monomolecular double-edged swords.
Oh, man.
Attack speed scales with rate of fire modifiers to both weapons and constructs, because these are constructs. Modifiers above 100% increase damage instead of attack speed. Damage scales with construct size and 50% of crash damage modifiers. While attacking, swords wielded by you destroy enemy projectiles and explosives and retaliate with sparks that are affected by your projectile mods.
Okay. Also, modifiers above 100% increase damage instead of attack speed. So there is a hard cap on sword speed.
Correct.
Interesting.
But yeah. So, and here they are. Whee!
Oh, they're satisfying.
Yeah. So, let's see. Let me go. You know. I want to do big sword chops.
Big sword chops.
And then these are constructs, so I think I'm gonna go architect. Architect also improves construct size now. Improved damage rate, fire, assembly speed, hull, mine effect, and size.
Now, I will say that that's not necessarily an improvement. Constructs being smaller could be a good thing.
But with swords.
Swords, they big swords.
And damage scales with construct size. So, they'd be more damage swords.
Yeah, that's true.
So, grab that. And then we'll get a little bit
specialist.
get a little bit of rate of fire. So, now we're just going to take our swords and we're going to chop things up while we explore the new patch. There's going to be people... Oh, yeah. Look at that. The effect looks a little bit different. All the names are going to be wrong.
All those going to be correct.
No, it's wrong. But it's
turret specialist.
Elegant construction, burst fire. Phantom strike with this would be actually kind of interesting. Just because damage also scales with crash damage modifiers, so you can kind of do like a crash damage, like you bump into them and then you teleport over and then you slice them.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
Could be fun.
And it gives me the extra crash damage, so it's just going to be more damage.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just... Okay.
That's not bad.
Okay. We'll test her out.
Ally specialist.
I know. Blast radius has a different background color situation thing going on. It's just like slightly different categorized. And I think we're gonna go into blast radius. Oh, I lost one of my swords.
Oh yeah, because you're an architect.
Yeah, there it goes.
Oh,
it's because they come in sets. It's a pair of swords.
Oh.
Okay. Concentrated blast leads me into antimatter rounds. Antimatter rounds are different now. Projectiles fired by you that collide with any projectiles that hit. When this happens, impacted projectiles degenerate or destroy each other depending on the relative power and size. That won't matter much for swords because swords kind of already do that. But plus base 20 damage that hits. Bonuses have for weapons not fired by you. And then extra projectile size and velocity. And then you take the stealth damage.
I like that change to antimatter rounds just because it's like, oh, if the antimatter rounds hit matter rounds, they just kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah. Let's grab some burst fire here because that's just more rate of fire. So this is firing as fast as I can. So they're not the fastest weapons in the world. But they got that satisfying swoosh. And we'll be exploring different ways to use that over the coming days, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, an interesting thing to think about. I don't know if it works, but priority 0 with swords. These are advanced constructs, and I'm always near them. So does that mean like overclock and tactical link are like the sauce?
Overclock less so because again the sword's rate of fire is capped.
Yes and no, because anything over 100% just increases damage. So
Oh, that's true.
You can increase it as much as you want. You're gonna get benefit.
So overclock becomes damage then. Okay, and then tactical link should be just good.
Yeah, and then support specialist, assembly speed if they go down, which is nice. Rate of fire, again, it's fine.
Becomes damage.
So yeah, I think that's the way to go. Slice, blink. See, I'm interested once we start getting a lot more bullets on the screen, how well the sword is at taking out a lot of enemy bullets. All right, well, I guess this is test number 1. Turret specialist again. Yeah, for those keeping count.
Yeah, that's 3.
So theoretically, we should just get a 50% rate of fire boost for the constructs because we're always near them. Let's see. I should have noticed the damage before and after so I could have seen. But I wasn't paying attention. Ricochet, I don't think is going to do that well for something like this because it doesn't.
There are sparks.
Yeah, when I hit a projectile, then I make sparks, but it's only then. So I'm kind of eh. Elegant construction, you know, is just pretty good. Hull strength will lead into some crash damagey stuff, which
that's probably the best option right now, honestly. Yeah, plus, it's more safety.
Oh, just right into support specialist. Okay. No, jeez. Just getting sent all over the place. Let's see. Skirmish does give me some crash damage.
Yep.
So, which will then give me sword damage. There we go. Where is my magnitude? I'm just like...
Nah.
Let's see. More crash damage, more bigger, more better.
Yep.
I want my magnitude and my payload so I can, like, charge these up. And the game is saying nay.
The game is refusing.
Oh, I got the tactical link.
It's just good safety.
And just chop that bullet in half.
Drone specialist.
Concentrated blast, so I can consider the antimatter rounds, although, again, for swords, it's not that good. But, the heck with it. Okay. Just try to give him the old slice and dice. All over the place. Okay. You get to stay on your blind side here. Oh, unless we get teleported to the other side. Oh, jeez.
One more good stab.
There we go.
Your hull is about halfway done.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Efficiency is probably good because there's such a long delay between your slashes.
Yeah, but I wanna get charge shot. The one day.
You could take Mind Specialist.
I want to save that for tomorrow's video.
Okay.
Yeah. Hashtag spoilers. You know what? I'll grab stabilization because there's another new super mod that I want to try. And I gotta get stabilization for it.
Okay.
And I also need improved thrusters for it. And I'm starting to think that magnitude doesn't exist.
He's probably at a party somewhere.
Well, what'd you do with magnitude, James?
I didn't do it.
Oh, also just ow. Look, we've established over these last couple of weeks that you're magic. I don't believe for a second that you didn't do it.
I would do something more interesting than just removing one thing for you.
Sure, we'll grab power reserves because I'm gonna be charging my shots eventually. Hopefully, maybe. And then I just need to get worse than blink.
Ew.
I know.
Why though?
Because it's a prerequisite to the new super mod I need to get. That replaced an old super mod. There it is. Because I want to get Void Slice. When you would strafe or blink, you would you Void Slice, teleporting to your destination while cutting through targets in your path. So do a bunch of damage to things plus their remaining hull, and you like just samurai slice through them, and it's cool. So that's the idea, anyway. Boost.
Force armor is good for crash and safety. And of course, yes, it is a boost. Armor fragment.
It does exist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's like one of the best mods for doing weapon damage, and you just sound so unimpressed.
Well, you know, it's alright.
It's real good. Do you not like doing damage?
I do.
Grab the Deadly Wake so that we can get Blink. And then once we have Blink, we'll have all of the prerequisites we need to Void Slice things. Payload. Oh, jeez. Just, I bump into something and then I just flounder my swords around, but it's very effective.
Just stab. Singular strike.
15% weapon damage, projectile speed, and blast radius. It'll hurt my rate of fire, but will increase my weapon damage and blast radius and projectile size for what that matters. And my projectile count is 1, although my projectile count right now is 0. So theoretically, while Singular Strike normally takes away your projectiles, this is giving me 1? Question mark?
Question mark.
I'm gonna take it and see what happens.
Perfect.
See, the projectile thing I think only really comes into play if and when I reflect a thing. Oh, which you can kind of see there. Yeah, I think it's different. Improved, question mark. Come on, game. Get me things that I need. Alright, the game refuses. I'll take elegant construction because fine. I really like those new warp circles. They're pretty. Oh, jeez. Okay. Fine. I'll take terminate.
You'll finally take terminate.
I guess. Game is just not cooperating, which you'd think I'd be used to by now, but every time it makes me sad.
It's look at this, Grad.
Every time I do, it makes me sad. Alright, blink. Oh, and charge shot. Oh no.
You have to make a decision now.
I have to go blink because that's the new content, but now I'll never see charge shot again. It's like, we all know how that works. Ah, well, there's Void Slice. Okay. So now I can shink. 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 That's cool. Oh, that was cool. I accidentally blinked to the front of him where I didn't want to be, necessarily. But my sword sliced through all the bullets.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm okay with that. There's the new antimatter rounds I don't think I need. There's Maelstrom that I don't think I need. Regen is probably not awful.
Regen's always a good idea.
Considering
There's
how
also
much...
your antimatter, though.
Considering how much hull my swords have when they break, self-destruction could be...
Could be a big boom. Could be good.
Boom. Burnout reactors on my swords. Just constantly break them.
I mean, maybe. You've got a fast enough construction speed that they'll be back fast enough.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking.
And the best, I love because of the way that the swords work, right? The last line of, or the last blue line of burnout reactors, the rate of fire increases as their hull decreases. But once you hit that 100% cap, that's just, the more they burn, the more they hurt.
I'm not convinced it's a good idea, but it's an interesting idea, so I'm in.
I think it's interesting. Well, and there's a... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Don't you need Overseer for burnout reactors?
No. You just needed self-destruction and Candescence.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking... What am I thinking? I don't know what I'm thinking. You don't want hidden power.
Charge shot. It came back.
This is starting to get big numbers. It's a boost!
Boost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad.
It slices, it dices, it julienne fries.
It will not break.
It broke.
It broke. Alea was reading out trivia stuff to me today, and one of the questions that came up was this comedian got their start in Hollywood and Mork and Mindy. And I was just like, oh.
That's an easy question.
It is an easy question, but
It's
that was-
whoever co-starred with Robin Williams.
Damn.
I feel bad because I'm sure that they're a fine actress, but everyone only remembers Robin Williams from Mork and Mindy.
I mean, yeah.
Always Mork, never Mindy.
Poor Mindy.
Alright, we're slicing and we're dicing. Warpath just gives us some nice rate of fire. That's a double tap also just gives us some flat rate of fire. I'm low on rerolls, so I don't want to do anything like that. Antimatter rounds, again, I think is good, but I think is less good for swords and other things because its new ability is essentially what swords already do.
Pam Dauber, by the way.
Ah. If you're a fan of hers, I apologize. Oh, the shield got off? Come on.
Of course it did. She's just looking through her credits real quick to see if anything else like pops out at me. She was in a lot of like one-off episodes of things. Man, I really like that new entrance animation on those. It's very pretty.
Yeah, I know.
She was also in a TV show called My Sister Sam.
I'm also not entirely
She played Sam.
Nah, okay. I'm not entirely convinced that those intros are new, just because I had like a jet stream setting turned off that people are like, you need to turn on for the swords because it makes them look cool.
Oh.
So now I'm starting to think, like, has it always been like that and I just didn't see it because I had the other thing turned off? They could be new. I just don't.
What the heck was that blink?
It,
You like bonked into his front, blinked to the other side, didn't swing, and then bonked back and then swung.
Look, the Phantom Strike is very mysterious.
Now, what do you need rerolls for at this point? Because I mean, going right up to level 7, 7 upgrades, right here, right now.
I could theoretically go for like the thing.
I ain't even saying anything specific. I just mean just take 7 levels right here, right now, and just be good to go.
Well,
A drone specialist.
this is not amazing.
And you were talking antimatter rounds, weren't you?
Well, I was saying I think it's worst for the swords because the swords kind of do the same thing. I think for any other weapon, the new anti-mana rounds is very, very, very cool. But swords, in particular, already kind of do that thing. So
I suppose that's true.
I'll grab Discord.
You got a couple of decent ones there.
Maybe just lean into some
armor is
safety.
Yeah.
And then lean into... Actually, shield cooldown.
There you go. Mastery is always good.
And mastery. I'm not getting Ataraxia anymore. That wasn't clear. Kinetic boost could be good. Certain situations, but...
Explosives may be better. Just stronger shields.
Yeah, heck it. Heck it. There are certain builds where propulsive munitions and swords is supposedly like the bee's knees.
But it's scary. It is a little scary.
Yeah, I think that's more for like a hull breaker sword situation.
Do it like a Michael Phelps sort of thing where you slice and you shoot forward.
Yes.
Kind of like a big strong swim push.
Yeah.
You just kind of whoosh, you see what I'm
Uh,
see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, well, when he sword fights underwater.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Glaucus!
Uh,
Got him.
got him. The boop noodle got booped. Right in his noodle. Okay. Just hello, goodbye.
It seemed rude.
Well, that would be because it was. It was quite rude. Oh, hidden power, baby.
Don't do it!
Going Tempest Break is probably good because, you know, I have Amp. Focus Shields is interesting because I can go for a charged shield and be like, why not? What the heck? But, yeah, I'll get the Flash Shielding. Just watch my swords bite it there. But they come back pretty quick. Okay. I like the sword's double swing because the one swing takes out the mines and then the second swing takes out all of the debris. Okay. We need Candescence for our science plan.
Yep.
So we'll grab that. We're doing science and soon our swords will not be alive.
Yeah. But they might do a ton of damage.
They might. They do come back pretty darn quick.
Yeah, so it's right. So even if they explode, whatever. And again, them exploding gives you a burst of damage right in front of you. Or I guess,
Yeah.
depending on when they pop, it might be right behind you.
To the sides of us.
Just not like directly behind you. That's the only. The swords cover a very wide arc, but they're never like fully directly behind you.
Yeah. Unless you get propulsive munitions.
Well, yeah.
Well.
There's your science if you want it.
There's burnout reactors, but there's also bravado, and I'm like, oh man.
Bravado's good. Technically, I think technically Bravado's rarer.
Oh, it's definitely rare.
I'm gonna take Bravado and come back for the burnout.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna feel bad if, you know, like I die in the next 2 seconds and science doesn't get done.
I mean, you're playing with swords. You're already doing science.
That is true, but more science. I need to continue to do science because I'm still alive. Something, cake, GLaDOS.
Look at me still talking when there's science to do.
Yeah. I need to use the blink more. Oh, that's something that I was gonna test and forgot about until just now, and I don't think it's been doing it when I think back retroactively. Now that I have Void Strike, when I do the Phantom Strike blink, does it do a Void flip with that, or no? I don't think it does. But I hadn't really been thinking to look.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you if I'm being honest.
Is there something that I would want 3 of?
I mean, double taps would just be more power.
Yeah, yeah.
Defiance is safety if the shield breaks, and you do have a very small shield.
Alright, I did not void thwip with that.
Okay.
More science being done.
You have to actively blink on your own to get the flip.
Yeah.
I guess strafe on your own because you don't have blink.
Well, I have.
Oh, you do have blink.
I have both. I have blink and I have strafe. Singularity detected.
I keep forgetting the new indicator, so I'm just like, you don't have blink. Where's the indicator? It's right there. It's just
Yeah, it's
It's
pointy
different.
now. When you have the void thingy, it gets pointy. I will say, comparatively, the Void Strike doesn't do that much damage, and I don't think it's particularly scalable. So I would say it's nice, but probably not like build defining.
hmm.
All right, guys. All right, guys. Everybody, calm down.
We will.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't calmly.
There's just too many bullets happening, and one of the weaknesses with swords is that with its low fire rate,
Yeah, it is
It's-
a hard cap on the speed.
it's hard to clear things out when things get too crazy.
Mm-hmm. You'll probably do better with something like a reflect shield or.
I don't think the shield is really the issue, because the issue is just so much stuff on screen at once, and just the swords can't keep up. So I think if you're using swords as a weapon, you'll probably want other constructs to assist with you, which means maybe not Architect, unless you do what we're gonna do tomorrow, because I'm going back to Architect. But I'm not gonna be using the swords as swords.
Okay.
I'm gonna be using the swords as mines. We're gonna see how well that goes.
I'm very curious how that's gonna work, because.
Yeah, but that's what the science is for.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the new content. I hope you're excited to see what we bring tomorrow. And I guess with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.